Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be covering complete unit 3 in Python programming. I will explain each and every topic in detail, and whatever the topics that I am going to cover in this video, I provided all those topics and the timings in description. So before starting this video, please check in description. I will explain complete regular expressions topic and multithreading topic. In regular expressions topic, I will explain RE module, regex functions, meta characters and special sequences. And then I will explain some important examples in regular expressions. And in multithreading topic, I will explain what is process and what is thread, difference between process and thread. And then I will explain what is global interpreter lock, inter-process communication, that is IPC, and what is lock and Rlock. And then I will explain difference between lock and Rlock. And then I will explain what is multithreading. And in multithreading, I will explain what is thread module and threading module. And at last, I will explain what is subprocess module and multiprocessing module. I also provided complete Python programming study material link in description. You can download from description. Guys, I have uploaded complete Python programming subject tutorials. I'll provide link in description. You can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. At first, I will explain regular expressions. Regular expressions, shortly we call it as regex, is a special sequence of characters that uses search pattern to find a string or set of strings is known as regular expression. I will give an example so that you can clearly understand this definition. Let us consider this string, my name is Nagendra. Now I want to find whether RA is present at last or not. In order to check whether RA is present at last in the given string, just you need to apply pattern. Let us consider pattern like I want to find whether RA is present at last or not. So just write here RA, and by using $sign we can find last character. So I written here RA dollar. This $sign is used to identify last characters. Here I written RA $sign. So it will check whether RA is present at last or not. Yes, RA is present at last. So I will get output RA. This is my output. For example, if I write here ME $sign, then it will check whether ME is present at last or not. But last character is not ME, last character is RA. So you won't get any output. This is use of $sign. Regular expression is a special sequence of character that uses search pattern, where this ME is special sequence of characters that uses a search pattern, where this $ is search pattern to find string or set of strings. By using this pattern, I am finding that whether ME is present at last or not. This is meaning of regular expression. These are various functions that we use in regular expressions. First one is match function. Second one is search function. Third one is find all. Fourth one is split. And fifth one is sub, where sub stands for substitute. I will explain each of them by giving examples. This is example. Here at first I written import RE. Guys, just remember that where RE is package, and it is also considered as module 2. So just I written here import RE, and I written A equal to my name is Nagendra, comma my age is 25 in double quotations. After that I am writing B equal to, I am using match function. So just write here RE dot match. I am using here match function. So just write here B equal to RE dot match. Inside brackets write my, because I want to find my. I took here my, comma the string is present in variable A. So just write here A and write print B. Match function is used to check whether given characters are available at first or not in a given string. Only if these characters are available at first, I will get output. In this text, I written my name is Nagendra, comma my age is 25. And here I written RE dot match. Inside match, I written my. So match function will check whether my is available at first or not. Only if my is available at first in a given string, I will get output. Here I written my. So my is available at first. So I will get output my. I am storing this result in variable B. So whenever you write here print B, you will get output RE dot match object span equal to 0, 2, match equal to my. That means we found match, that is my, in index number 0, 2, where M is stored in index number 0 and Y in index number 1. So here we will get output span equal to 0, 2. Here actually I should get output 0, 1, but it will add +1 for last index. So I will get output span equal to 0, 2. Match equal to my. That means we found match, that is my, in index number 0, 2. Here I written my. So only if my is available at first, I will get output. For example, In place of my, if I write here name, so it will check whether name is available at first or not. Only if name is available at first, I will get output. Here name is not available at first, so here I will get output none. If given characters are not available at first, then it will display none. For example, if I write here only m, it will check whether m is available at first or not. Yes, m is available at first, so here I will get output re.match object span is equal to 0, 1 and match equal to m. If you give here m, this is use of match function. Next I will explain what is use of search function. This search function is same as match function, but only difference is that where match function is used to identify whether given characters are available at first or not, and whereas search function is used to identify characters that are located in any place in a given string. Not only first, if characters are available at any place, it will print those characters. This is use of search function. This is example. Just in place of re.match, I written here re.search. Inside this, I want to search name. So I written here name. So at first it will check whether name is available in given string. Yes, name is available here. This is my output. That is re.match object. That means we found match object at index number 3, 7, where m is stored in index number 0, y in index number 1, space in index number 2, n in index number 3, e in 4, m in 5, and e in 6. I already said before, for n index it will add +1. So I will get output span equal to 3, 7, match equal to name. That means we found match, that is name, in index number 3, 7. But there is one disadvantage in search function, that is, though if characters are available twice, it will display only once. For example, in place of name, if I write here my is present here and next my is present here. Though characters are available twice, it will display only once, and that too it will consider only first characters. So it will consider only this my, and whenever you write here re.search of my, you will get output re.match object span equal to 0, 2. So it will consider only first my, it won't consider second my. This is disadvantage of search function. So in order to overcome this problem, we use find all. By using find all function, we can overcome this problem. So same example, just I am writing here re.findAll. Just write here find all. Find all function will represent output in the form of list. So you will get output in the form of list, that is square brackets. Inside square brackets you will get output my. See, my is available twice, so you will get output my twice. This is output if you use find all function. By using find all function, you can find any characters that are available in my string. For example, here in place of my, if I write here name, so it will check whether name is available or not. Yes, name is available here. So it will print name. All these are strings, so you will get output in single quotations. For example, in place of name, if I give here 25, yes, 25 is available in this string, so you will get output 25. And this 25 is not integer, this 25 is also considered as string, so you will get output 25 in single quotations. This is use of find all function. For example, if I give here John, John is not available in this string. So whenever any characters that are not available in my string, so just it will represent empty list. Whenever characters are not available in given string, it will represent empty list. Next I will explain what is use of split function. This is example of split. Same example which I took before. Here I written re.split, where split function is used to split given string. For example, here I written b equal to re.split. Inside split I written Nagendra. Whenever you write here re.split of Nagendra, it will remove this Nagendra and it will split these strings. This result is present in variable b. So whenever I write here print b, I will get output. Even split function will represent output in the form of list. So inside list it will print my name is, this is one part, and next. So it will remove this Nagendra and it will place comma in place of Nagendra. So comma, and again comma my age is 25 is another part. So whenever you write here re.split, so it will replace comma in place of Nagendra and it will split this string as two parts. One is my name is and next one is comma my age is 25. This is another part. This is use of split function. Next I will explain what is use of sub function. Here sub stands for substitute. Substitute is nothing but replace. For example, if you want to replace any string, then you can use sub function. This is example, same example which I took before. Guys, definitely you need to import regular expression. So at first write here import re and I took string, that is a equal to my name is Nagendra comma my age is 25 full stop. I am storing this string in variable a, and next I took another variable, that is b, and I written b equal to re.sub. This is substitute function. And now I want to replace this name Nagendra with John. So just write here Nagendra where Nagendra is string. So you need to represent Nagendra in double quotations, comma I want to replace Nagendra with John. So write here John. So take John in single or double quotations. This string is present in variable A. So definitely write here A, or else it will display error. So definitely write here John, comma A. And now this result is stored in variable B. So whenever you write here print B, you will get output. It will represent output in the form of string. So you will get output, my name is John, comma, my age is 25. These are definitions of various functions. First one is find all, where find all returns a list containing all matches. Though if any string is available twice, it will display those strings. So find all function will return a list containing all matches. And next one is search, where search function returns a match object. Match object is nothing but any characters or string is considered as match object. So search function returns a match object if there is match anywhere in the string, and whereas match function returns a match object if there is a match starting in the string. Only if any string is available at starting, match function will return that string, and whereas if string is available at any location, then search function will return that string. This is difference between match and search. And next one is split function. Split function returns a list. As I said before, split function will display output in the form of list. So split function return a list where the string has been split at each match. Next one is sub function, where sub stands for substitute. If you want to replace any string, then you can use sub function. These are definitions of various functions. Next I will explain special sequences. In order to match any character, then you can use special sequences. And we represent special sequences by using backslash symbol. These are various special sequences that we use in regular expressions. I will explain what is use of these special sequences by giving examples. At first I will explain what is use of backslash A. This is program. At first you need to import RE. After that I written A equal to my name is Nagendra, comma, my age is 25, where you need to represent the string in double quotations, or you can also use single quotations. Next I written B equal to RE dot find all. Guys, for each and every special sequences you can use find all function. So inside find all function I am writing slash A and I am giving here my. Guys, we represent all these special sequences with backslash symbol, and for all these special sequences you can use find all function. So just I written here B equal to RE dot find all. Inside find all I written slash A my, where slash A is used to check whether given character is available at first or not. Only if character is available at first I will get output. So I written here backslash A without giving any space, right here my. So it will check whether my is available at first or not. Yes, my is available at first, so I will get output my. As we know, find all function will represent output in the form of list. So inside square brackets I will get output my in single quotations. This is my output. Backslash A is used to check whether given character is available at first or not. For example, in place of slash A my, if I give here slash A name, that means it will check whether name is available at first or not. Here starting string is my, not name. So here you will not get any output. So it will represent output in the form of empty list. For example, if I write here backslash A M, it will check whether M is available at first or not. Yes, M is available at first. So I will get output M in single quotations. Guys, I already said before, you should not give any space after writing slash A. For example, if I write here slash A space my, that means it will check whether space is available at first or not. So space is not available at first, so you will not get any output. It will display empty list as output. So don't give space, just write here slash A, and whatever the characters that you want to search, place that characters after writing slash A. This is use of slash A. Next I will explain what is use of slash Z, where slash A is used to identify whether characters are available at first or not, and whereas slash Z is used to identify whether characters are available at last or not. Same example, whereas slash Z is used to identify whether characters are available at last or not. For example, here I am writing 25 backslash Z. So whereas slash Z will check whether these two characters are available at last or not in a given string. So in this string, yes, last two characters are 25. So I will get output 25, and will represent 25 in the form of string. So it will represent this in single quotations. This is my output. Only if characters are available at last, it will display output. For example, if I write here is, it will check whether is available at last or not. No, is not available at last. So you won't get any output. It will display empty list. Next I will explain what is use of backslash small s, where small s stands for space, whereas backslash small s is used to identify how many spaces that are present in given sentence. For example, this is my sentence, that is my name is Nagendra, comma, my age is 25. I am writing here backslash small s. Whenever I write here backslash small s, how many spaces that are present in given sentence, it will display all those spaces. How many spaces that are present? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total there are 7 spaces available in my given sentence. So it will display 7 spaces. I already said before, when space is considered as string, so it will represent spaces in single quotations. So how many spaces? Total there are 7 spaces. So it will represent 7 spaces in single quotations. This is use of backslash small s. Next I will explain what is use of backslash capital S. Just write here backslash capital S. It is opposite to small s, where small s will represent only spaces and whereas capital S will represent all characters except spaces. So whenever you write here ra.findAll backslash capital S, you will get output. It will represent each character in single quotations. So you will get output my. It won't count spaces. It will print all these characters except spaces. So you will get output my, na, me, ies, each character in single quotations. It won't count spaces. So just it will print my, na, me is, na, gen, dra. All this in single quotations, comma in single quotation, myage is 25 without any spaces. Whenever you write here ra.findAll backslash capital S, it will print all characters except spaces. This is use of backslash small s and backslash capital S. Next I will explain what is use of backslash small d. Just I am writing here backslash small d, where small d stands for digits. So it will display only digits available in my given sentence. So total there are 2 digits, they are 2, 5. So it will print digits from 0 to 9. In this given sentence, there are 2 digits. They are 2, 5. These 2 are digits. So we will get output 2, 5. Backslash capital D is opposite to backslash small d. That is, except the digits, it will print remaining characters. Whenever you write here backslash capital D, you will get output. That is my space name is Nagendra. My age is. Except 25, it will print remaining. It will represent each character in single quotations, where small d will print only digits and whereas capital D will print characters except the digits. This is use of backslash capital D and backslash small d. Next I will explain what is use of backslash small w, where backslash small w will print characters that contains alphabets from small a to z and capital A to z and numbers from 0 to 9. This is same as numbers from 0 to 9 and alphabets from small a to z and alphabets from capital A to z. So it will print all these characters. Except spaces and comma, it will print remaining. So I will get output, my name is Nagendra, my age is 25. Except space and comma, it will print remaining. And it will print each character in single quotations. So I will get output m in single quotation, y in single quotation, and it will avoid space. And next one is n, a, m, e, so on. It won't print comma and it will print until 2 and 5. This is my output. This is use of backslash small w. Next I will explain what is use of backslash capital W. It is opposite to small w. Whenever you write here backslash capital W, except characters from 0 to 9, capital A to Z and small a to Z, it will print remaining. So whenever you write here capital W, you will get output. It will print only spaces and comma. It will print only spaces and comma. So you will get output 1, 2, 3, 4. Total there are 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that 1 comma and next 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4 spaces. This is my output. Whenever you write here backslash small w, it will print characters from 0 to 9, capital A to Z and small a to Z. And whenever you write here backslash capital W, except numbers from 0 to 9, alphabets from capital A to Z and small a to Z, it will print remaining. What are remaining elements? They are space and comma. So you will get output spaces and comma. This is my output. Next I will explain what is use of backslash small b. Before using backslash small b, at first you need to write here r. After writing here r, take double quotations. Inside double quotations, I am writing here backslash b na. It will check whether any string contains starting characters na. Yes, for name starting is na and next for Nagendra starting is na. So you will get output na in single quotations and next another na. Because total there are 2 nas. So it will print 2 na. For example, if you write here name, it will check whether name is available at starting. Yes, name is available here. So it will print name. Whenever you write here backslash b any character, then it will search whether any character available in this string at starting. You need to write slash b starting if you want to search starting characters. And you need to write slash b at ending if you want to search ending characters. For example, I want to search RA is available at last or not. I want to search whether any string contains last character, that is RA. So this string do not contains RA and this string do not contain RA. Yes, Nagendra contains last character RA. So it will print RA once. And just write here R. After writing R, take single quotations where R stands for raw string. Next I will explain what is use of capital B. It is opposite to small b. Whenever you write here /b at last, it will search last character. Whenever you write here /small b at first, it will search first character. I want to search whether RA is available at last or not. So just I am writing here /b first. After writing, write RA. So it will check whether RA is available at last or not because it is opposite to small b. Whenever you write here \B first, it will search last character. It will check whether RA is available. Yes, RA is available here. So it will print RA. For example, I want to search whether any string contains NA first. So just write here NA \B. If you want to search first character, then write \B last. So it will check whether any string contains NA first. Yes, name contains NA first and Nagendra contains NA first. So it will print output NA and NA. This is my output. This is use of \b and \B. These are various special sequences that we use in regular expressions. Next I will explain various meta characters that we use in regular expressions. These are various meta characters that we use in regular expressions. First one is square brackets and next one is caret symbol and next one is $sign, next one dot, this is R, next question mark, star, plus curly braces and normal brackets. These are various meta characters that we use. I will explain each of them by giving example. At first I will explain what is use of square brackets. This is example. At first I written import RA and I written A equal to my name is Nagendra, my age is 25. And next I written B equal to RE.findAll. I am taking here findAll function. Guys, for all special sequences and meta characters, you can use findAll function. So I am writing here RE.findAll. Inside brackets, I am applying pattern. That is, inside square brackets, I written ABC. Don't give space, just write here ABC. Inside square brackets. Whenever you write here ABC inside square brackets, then it will check whether ABC is available in this sentence. If ABC is available in this sentence, then it will print ABC. So whenever you run this code, you will get output. As I said before, findAll function will represent output in the form of list and it will represent each character in single quotation. So at first it will check whether ABC is available. Yes, A is available here. So it will print A and next it will check yes, A is available here. So again it will print A. And next A is available here, so it will print A and we will keep on checking. A is available here for each, so it will print A. B and C is not available in this sentence, so it will print only A. It will represent each character in single quotations. For example, in place of ABC, if I write here small a to z, so in place of ABC, just I am writing here small a to z. If you write here small a to z, then it will check alphabets from small a to z in this sentence. Yes, my is small letter, this is in between a to z, so it will print M, Y, N, A, M, E, so on. So it will print all those small letters. So in this, except comma and 25, it will print remaining alphabets. Because all these alphabets are small letters, so it will print all those alphabets. And it will represent each character in single quotations. And whenever you write here capital A to Z, here for my name is Nagendra, and starts with capital letter. So whenever you write here RE.findAll of capital A to Z, then it will print all capital letters available in this sentence. In this sentence, only this N is capital letter. Remaining all are small letters, so it will print output, that is capital N in square brackets. This is my output. For example, in place of capital A to Z, if I write here 0 to 9, then it will print numbers from 0 to 9. In this sentence total there are two numbers, they are 2 and 5. So it will print output 2 and 5. So you will get output 2 in single quotation and 5 in single quotation. This is my output. Inside square brackets, if you write here caret symbol and small a to z, meaning of this is except small a to z, it will print remaining. In this, all these are small letters, so it will skip all these characters and it will print only N. It will also print spaces. So it will print space, capital N, and space is here, space, and it will print comma and again space, 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 3 spaces here, and it will print 25. So it will print 2 and 5. Meaning of this is except small a to z, it will print remaining. And whenever you write here square bracket, caret symbol inside square bracket and capital A to Z, then except capital A to Z, it will print remaining. In this, what are capital letters? Only N is capital letter. So except N, it will print remaining. Guys, definitely you need to write pattern in quotation marks or else it will display error. So definitely write pattern in quotation marks. This is one more example. Inside square brackets I am writing caret symbol 0 to 9. That means except 0 to 9 it will print remaining. So what are remaining? My name is Nagendra, comma, my age is, and even it will print spaces and commas. Just remember this. If you write A to Z inside square brackets, then it will print alphabets from small a to Z. And whenever you write capital A to Z in square brackets, then it will print alphabets from capital A to Z. And whenever you write here numbers from 0 to 9 inside square brackets, then it will print numbers from 0 to 9. And whenever you use caret symbol at starting, that means except A to Z it will print remaining, except capital A to Z it will print remaining, except 0 to 9 it will print remaining. This is use of square brackets. Next I will explain what is use of caret symbol. Same example which I took before. Here I am writing b equal to re dot find all. For all meta characters and for all special sequences you can use find all function. So inside find all function I written caret symbol my. That means it will check whether my is available at first or not. Yes, my is available at first, so it will print my. So inside list it will represent my in single quotations. Guys, whenever you write caret symbol inside square brackets, that means it is complement. But whenever you use caret symbol like this, that means it is used to search whether characters are available at first or not. Here I given my. So it will check whether my is available at first or not. If my is available at first, you will get output my. For example, if I write here name, then it will check whether name is available at first or not. Name is not available at first, so it will display empty list. Next I will explain what is use of $sign. Same example where caret symbol is used to identify whether characters are available at first or not, and whereas $sign is used to identify whether characters are available at last or not. So just I am writing here $sign. I already said before, for each and every pattern you need to take quotation marks or else it will display error. So inside quotation marks I written $sign. That means it will check whether 25 is available at last or not. In this sentence 25 is available at last, so it will print output 25. So you will get output 25 in single quotations. For example, if I write here age, then it will check whether age is available at last or not. In this sentence age is not available at last, so it will display empty list. For example, if I write here $5, then it will check whether 5 is available at last or not. Yes, 5 is available at last, so you will get output 5 in single quotation. This is use of caret symbol and $sign. Next I will explain what is use of dot symbol. Same example, here I written a dot e. That means from this given sentence I want to print characters that contains a, e, and in between a and b it can be any character I want to print those. So just I written a dot e. So dot is nothing but any character. There can be any character in between a and e. I want to print a, that particular character, and e. So it will check this pattern. For name it contains a and e. In between a and e it contains m. So I will get output ame. And similarly it will keep on checking because I written find all. So it will keep on checking all characters. For Nagendra, string Nagendra contains a and e, and in between a and e it contains e. So it will print age, and again it will keep on checking. And for age, starting is a and ending is e, and in between a and e it contains e. So you will get output age. This is my output. Meaning of a dot e is it should contains a and e. In between a and e it can be any character I want to print those. For example, if I write here ra dot find all n 2 dots e double quotations close comma a, that means it should contains n and e, and in between n and e it can be any two characters. So it will keep on checking. Yes, for name starting is n and next is e, and in between n and e there can be any characters. So two characters are a and m. So you will get output name, and again it will keep on checking. For Nagendra, here starting is n and there is e, and in between n and e there are two characters a and g. So you will get output NEAGE. Guys, definitely there should be two characters. Whenever I gave you a two dots, that means it should contains any two characters, not single character. This is use of dot symbol. Next I will explain what is use of or. At first I written import re, same example which I took before. Here I written b equal to ra dot find all function. Inside find all function I am writing is or my. That means if is present in this sentence, then I should get output is, and if my is present in this sentence, I should get output my. Guys, it will print in order. So at first it will check my and is. My is present here, so it will print my, and again is, so it will print is, and next one is my, so it will print my, and after my there is. So you will get output my is, my is. This is my output. It will print in order. For example, if I write here Nagendra or Raju, it will check whether Nagendra or Raju is present in this sentence. Yes, Nagendra is present in this sentence, so you will get output Nagendra. And Raju is not present in this sentence, so you won't get Raju. It will print only Nagendra. This is my output. This is use of or symbol. Next I will explain what is use of question mark symbol, star symbol and plus symbol. Just remember, for question mark 0 or 1 occurrence, and for star 0 or more occurrence, and for plus 1 or more occurrence. I'll give one example. For example, let us consider one string that is Sai. This Sai is name, and in pattern I am writing S A question mark I. That means here question mark left character is A, and question mark mean 0 or 1. That means if this A is available 0 or 1 time in my string, I should get output S Sai. That is SCI, A is available once, so I will get output Sai. And for example, my string contains SI. This is pattern which I applied, that is SA question mark I. Question mark means 0 or 1 occurrence. If the string contains A once, I will get output. And if this string do not contains A, I will get output. Even if this A is not available in my string, I will get output. So I will get output SI. Guys, this is example. Here I written A equal to my name is Sai, and next I written B equal to RE.findAll. Inside this I written SA question mark I. That means question mark is nothing but 0 or 1 occurrence. That means question mark's left side character A. If this A is available once in my string, I will get output. And if this A is not available in my string, I will get output. This result is stored in variable B. So whenever I write here print B, I will get output SAI, because question mark mean 0 or 1 occurrence. So here A occurred once, so I will get output Sai. For example, in place of SAI, if I write here SI, the string do not contain A. Even if this string do not contain A, I will get output. So I will get output SI, because question mark mean 0 or 1 occurrence. So the 0 is satisfied, so I will get output SI. For example, if I write here yes AAI, if this A is repeated more than once, I won't get any output. Here A is repeated thrice, so I won't get any output. So it will represent empty list. So question mark mean only 0 or 1 occurrence. You can remember like this. So question mark is in the form of 0 and 1. So you can remember like this. Question mark mean 0 or 1 occurrence. This is use of question mark symbol. Next I will explain what is use of plus symbol. So in place of question mark I took plus. Plus mean 1 or more occurrence. In this string, for example, let us consider this string my name is Sai. Here A is present once, so I will get output Sai. For example, if I write here SAAI, plus mean 1 or more occurrence. So this condition is satisfied because A repeated more than once. So I will get output SAAI in single quotations. For example, if I write here SI, plus mean only 1 or more occurrence, but here A is not available in my string, so I won't get any output. Only if A is available in my string once or more than once, I will get output. This is use of plus symbol. Starting we will write plus like this, plus. So 1 more occurrence. So you can remember like this. Next I will explain star symbol. Star mean 0 or more occurrence, 0 or more. That means just in place of plus write here star. Star left side character, that is A. If this A is not available in my string, I will get output. If this A is available once in my string, I will get output. And if this A is available more than once, I will get output. For example, this is my string. My name is Sai. In this string Sai, A is present once, so I will get output Sai. For example, if I write here my name is SAAI, in this string SAAI, A is repeated thrice. So condition is satisfied, so I will get output SAAI. And for example, if I write here SI, here in string SI, A is not present. Though if A is not present, I will get output. So I will get output SI. Star is repeating and the star looks like 0. So 0 or more. You can remember like this. Next I will explain what is use of curly braces. Inside this find all function I written my, and I said before you need to take pattern in single quotations or double quotations. So inside single quotations I written my because I want to find my. Inside curly braces I written 1 comma 2 where 1 is minimum and 2 is maximum. If my is available minimum once or maximum twice, I will get output my. This my is available here and again my is available here. So my is available twice. This condition is satisfied. So I will get output my twice. For example, if I written here minimum 5 and maximum is 12, I should get output my. At least the size should be 5, but my is available only twice. This condition is not satisfied, so I will not get any output. It will display empty list. This is use of curly braces. Guys, next I will explain some important questions in regular expression topic. This is first question. Write a Python program to remove all white spaces from a string. I will give one example. So at first write import re and I written a equal to my name is Nagendra. Now I want to remove all the spaces from given sentence. So just write here b equal to re dot. So just write here sub. That is substitute. In order to remove spaces, we need to use sub function. Inside sub function, I want to remove spaces. Space mean backslash small s. So just write here backslash small s. And I want to remove multiple number of spaces where place mean one or more times. So just write here a place. That means if space is present once or more than once, it will remove that spaces. So I am replacing the spaces with nothing. That means I am removing spaces. The string is present in variable a. So just write here a. And whenever you write here print b, you will get output my name is Nagendra without any space. As we know, substitute function will print output in the form of string. So you will get output in the form of string like my name is Nagendra. This is program for this example. Next I will explain how to replace all spaces dot and comma with hash symbol. This is my string. My name is Nagendra comma my age is 25 full stop. Now I want to remove the spaces and comma symbol and full stop symbol from this string. So just we need to substitute this space comma and full stop with hash symbol. So I am using substitute function. Inside sub I am writing I want to remove space. So give here space. Next I want to remove comma and next I want to remove full stop. So take space comma and full stop in square brackets. As I already said before, we need to take pattern in quotation marks. Now I want to replace this space comma and full stop with hash symbol. So again take quotation marks. Inside quotation marks take hash symbol. And this string is present in variable a. So just write here a. And whenever you write here print b, guys just remember you need to write print b, not print a, because we are printing this result. This result is present in variable b. So just write here print b. Whenever you write here print b, you will get output my. It will replace space with hash. Next name hash is hash Nagendra. Again comma with hash. And next space with hash my hash age hash is hash 25 and it will replace full stop with hash symbol. So at last it will replace hash. Next I will explain Python program to separate numbers from given text and displaying those numbers in separate line. This is example. At first you need to write import re and I written a equal to my age is 25 comma my roll number is 12. What are numbers? 25 and 12 are numbers. And now I want to print only numbers and I want to print numbers in separate line. So just write here b equal to re dot find all and we can find numbers by using slash small d. Place mean one or more number of times, where slash d mean digits from 0 to 9. That means if numbers are available once or more than once, I need to print those numbers. So I took here slash d plus in double quotations comma. This string is present in variable a. So just write here a. Now in order to print numbers one by one, I need to use for loop. So just take here for loop for x where x is variable in b. Because this result is present in variable b, so just write here b. Whenever you write here x in b, whatever the numbers that are present inside variable b, this x will store those numbers. And inside this for loop write print x. Print x mean by default print function will take slash n as output. So I will get output. At first it will print 25 and in next line it will print 12. This is my output. Next I will explain Python program in order to remove ovels from given text. Here you need to use substitute function. So I written here re.sub. Inside sub I written. So inside quotation marks I took square brackets. And inside square brackets I written AEIOU What are ovals? AEIOU. Directly write here AEIOU and capital AEIOU, comma. Now I want to remove this. Just give here quotation marks. Don't use space. Just open quotation marks and close quotation marks. This string is present in variable A, so just write here comma A. Now this result is present in variable B. So whenever you write here print B, you will get output. This is my output. Next I will explain Python program in order to find words that starts with N and M. This is example. I need to get output my name Nagendra Mai. So write here B equal to re.find all. I want to print words that starts with N and M. So inside square brackets write N and M. Whenever you write here N, M in square brackets, then you will get output only M, N, M in single quotations. But I want to print complete word. So just write here /small w. Small w is nothing but it is combination of small a to z and capital A to z and 0 to 9. So starting must be either M or N, and rest I need to print all words. So I written here /w. So it will print all words. And next use here place. Place is nothing but one or more. That means even if that word repeat one or more number of times, I should get that output. For example, in this text, if you consider D, if D is repeated once or more than once, I should get that output. So I took here place, comma, the string is present in variable A, so just write here A. This result is stored in variable B. So whenever you write here print B, you will get output starting with N or M. And I want to print complete word. So just you will get output my, because starting is M, so you will get output my, and starting is N, so you will get output name. Find all will represent output in the form of list. So it will represent this output in square brackets, and it will represent each word in quotation marks. So my name Nagendra my. So this is my output. This is Python program in order to print words that starts with N and as well as M. Next I will explain Python program in order to print words that starts with NA. I want to print only words that starts with NA. In this, what are the words that starts with NA? First one is name. See, name starting is NA, and next Nagendra. For Nagendra starting is NA. I want to print only these two words that starts with NA. So just in place of writing this, write B equal to re.find all. Here we need to use /b. So just write here R, that is raw string. In quotation marks write /b. Starting must be NA. So /b NA. /b is used to identify starting word. And here starting word is NA. So just I written here /b NA. I want to print complete word. So just write here /w. /w is nothing but small a to z, capital A to z and 0 to 9. So starting must be NA. After that, either there are small letters or capital letters or any other numbers, I should get that output. So I written here /w. And if that particular character repeats multiple number of times like NAMEE, I should get output. So just write here place. Place is nothing but one or more. Even if alphabets or numbers repeat multiple number of times, I should get output. So I written here /w place. And this string is present in variable A, so just write here A. So whenever you write here print B, you will get output starting with NA, that is name and Nagendra. So name and Nagendra is my output. Next I will explain Python program in order to print word that starts with NA and ends with RA by using regular expression. I want to print word that starts with NA and ends with RA. In this, Nagendra starts with NA and ends with RA. Now I want to print this Nagendra. So just write here B equal to re.find all. So just write here /b. First two characters are NA. So write here NA. And whenever you take here /b, definitely you need to write here R, where R stands for raw string. After that, I want to print entire word like GENDRA. /w is nothing but it is combination of alphabets from capital A to Z, small a to Z and 0 to 9. And I am writing here place. Place is nothing but one or more. For example, NAGEENDRA. Here, though alphabets repeat twice, I want to print that. So I written here place. If characters repeat one or more times, I need to print those characters. So I written here /w place, and last character must be RA. So just write here RA. In order to find last character, we need to use $sign. So write here $sign. Close quotations, and the string is present in variable A. So just write here A. Meaning of this is, I am printing word that starts with NA and ends with RA. So /B in order to find first two characters and $sign in order to find last two characters. And in between NA and RA, there can be any characters. I want to print those characters. So just I written here /W place. This result is present in variable B. So whenever you write here print B, you will get output Nagendra. I written here find all. So it will represent output in the form of list and it will represent Nagendra in single quotations. For example, if I take here my name is Nagendra, comma my friend is Narendra, and here for Narendra, starting two characters are NA and last two characters are RA. So it will print Narendra 2. This is another example in order to find whether dollar is present in given text or not. In this text, dollar is present at last. Guys, don't write here just dollar. If you write here just dollar, then it is considered as meta character. And by using $sign, we can find last two characters. So before $sign, I did not written any character, so it will display error. So whenever you write a single $sign in quotations, it is considered as meta character. But I want to find dollar in this text, so just use here slash. And whenever you give here slash, that means it will check whether dollar is available in this text or not. Yes, dollar is available here. So find all function will represent output in the form of list. So in list you will get output dollars. For example, if you want to search any special symbol, then you need to use / symbol. And this string is present in variable A. So definitely for each and every example, you need to write here A, because my string is present in variable A. This is how we find special symbols in given text. This is another example. Write Python program to print rule numbers in text file. For example, there is one text file. The text file name is file.txt. And this text file contains information. 12 Raju, 13 Shiva and 15 Nagendra, where these 12, 13, 15 are rule numbers. Now I want to print only rule numbers by using regular expression. So just write here, at first we need to import regular expression. So write here import RE. So open file in read mode. So write here open. By using open function, we can open file. This file name is file.txt. So inside double quotations write file.txt, comma, I want to read this file. So open this file in read mode. After that I am writing for x in A. So whenever you write for x in A, where x is variable, this variable A contains file.txt. So whatever the data that is present inside this file.txt, this data is stored in variable x. Now this variable x contains this information. Now I want to print only rule numbers. So just write here, all these are available at first. By using match function, we can find first characters. So I written here re.match, open bracket. I want to print number 12, 13 and 15. These are rule numbers and this is in the form of numbers. So just write here double quotations write /d, where d is nothing but digits. It will print numbers from 0 to 9. So I written here /d. How many numbers it contains? 1, 2. And here also 1, 2 and here also 1, 2. So give here size and size of digits is 2. Guys, don't write here A, write here X, because whatever the data that is present inside this text file, whenever I write here for X in A, this data is stored in variable X. So just write here X. And I am storing this result in separate variable, that is B. So whenever you write here print B, you will get output. Match function will represent output like this. So this is my output, re.match object semicolon span 0, 2, that is nothing but index number. This one in index number 0 and 2 in index number 1, 0, 2, nothing but index number, comma match 12. We found 12 at index number 0, 2 and similarly second line 0, 1. So you will get output 13 and 15. I don't want to print all this. Just I want to print 12, 13, 14 one by one. So instead of writing print B, just write here b.group. This group function will represent output like this. Next I will explain what is process. A process is an instance of program that is being executed. Program which is being executed is known as process. For example, I written one program and I am executing that program. So we call that program as process. When I run a program, it does not execute directly. It takes some time to follow all the steps required to execute the program. Whenever we execute program, it does not execute directly. It will follow some steps in order to execute. And we call these steps as process. For example, this is Python program. Now I am executing this program. So program which is being executed is known as process. And each and every process contains thread. There may be single thread or multiple threads in single process. For example, in this example total there are 3 functions. For example, this function is handled by thread 1 and this function is handled by thread 2 and this function is handled by thread 3, and thread is used to execute block of code. So we call this thread as subprocess. A thread is the subset of a process. Thread is nothing but subprocess and is also known as lightweight process. We also call this thread as lightweight process. A process can have more than one thread, not only one, but process can have more than one thread, and these threads are managed independently by scheduler. Our CPU will manage these threads. All the threads within one process are interrelated to each other. I already said in previous example. These are 3 threads in single process and these threads are interrelated to each other. Threads are classified into 2 types. They are user level thread and kernel level thread. The name itself says user level thread, threads which are managed by users, and kernel does not contain this information. User level threads are faster, easy to create and manage. The kernel takes all these threads as single process and handles them as one process only. Kernel takes all these user level threads as one process and handles them. For example, there are 3 threads T1, T2 and T3. All these are user level threads. Kernel will take all these user level threads as one process and manage them. And these user level threads are implemented by user level libraries, not by system calls. This is user level thread. Next I will explain kernel level thread. Guys, you need to know what is meaning of kernel. Kernel acts as middle layer between software and hardware. That is nothing but in order to establish communication between software and hardware, we need kernel. It acts as bridge between software and hardware. And this kernel is also used for memory and disk management. The kernel level threads are handled by operating system and managed by its kernel. When compared to user level threads, kernel level threads are slower. These kernel level threads are slower because it will manage context information. And to create and implement a kernel level thread, we need to make system call. These are 2 types of threads. Next I will explain difference between process and thread. Process means any program is in execution. Any program which we are executing is known as process. And next, thread means a segment of process. Thread is nothing but subprocess. The process takes more time to terminate, and whereas thread takes less time to terminate. And similarly, process takes more time for creation and whereas thread takes less time for creation. Process takes more time for context switching. Context switching is nothing but if you want to change from one task to another task, it will take more time. And whereas in thread, it will take less time for context switching. And process is less efficient in terms of communication, and whereas thread is more efficient in terms of communication. Multi-programming holds the concept of multi-process. If you want to execute multiple programs at a time, then you need multiple processes. And where if you want to execute multiple programs, then there is no need of multiple threads because each process contains multiple threads. The process is isolated, that means this process will not share memory, and whereas threads share memory. Process is heavyweight and whereas thread is lightweight. Process switching uses an interface in an operating system, and whereas thread does not use interface in an operating system. If one process is blocked, it will not affect to other processes, and whereas if one thread is blocked, it will block all other threads. The process has its own process control block, stack and address space, and whereas thread does not contain process control block, stack and address space. And whatever the changes made to parent process, it will affect to child process. And whereas in thread, any changes made to main thread will affect all other threads. Whereas in process we use system call, and whereas in thread we do not use system call. The process does not share data with other process, and whereas thread can share data with other threads. These are differences between thread and process. Next I will explain global interpreter lock in Python programming. A global interpreter lock is a mechanism to apply a global lock on an interpreter. The name itself says global interpreter lock. It is nothing but we are applying global lock on Python interpreter. But what is use of applying global lock on Python interpreter? Global interpreter lock is used in computer language interpreters in order to synchronize and manage the execution of threads, so that only one thread can execute at a time. By using global interpreter lock, we can manage execution of threads. That is nothing but we can execute only one thread at a time. I'll give an example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this global interpreter lock. Let us consider this example. This is Python code. This Python code contains three functions. They are function, function1 and function2. You need to know what is meaning of process. Process is nothing but Python code which is under execution is known as process. This is Python code. Now I am going to execute this code. So we call this code as process. Process contains thread and this thread is used to execute statements. For example, this function is executed by thread 1 and this function is executed by thread 2 and this function is executed by thread 3. Normally Python contains global interpreter lock and this global interpreter lock is used to manage execution of threads. That is nothing but by using global interpreter lock we can execute only one thread at a time. Whenever I call function, function1 and function2, at first it will execute thread 1. Whenever it executes thread 1, Python interpreter will apply global lock on thread 2 and thread 3 and similarly after executing thread 1, it will execute thread 2. And whenever it executes thread 2, Python interpreter will apply global lock on thread 1 and thread 3 and similarly at last it will execute thread 3. Whenever it executes thread 3, Python interpreter will apply global lock on thread 1 and thread 2. Whenever we pass 3 threads at a time, global interpreter lock will execute only one thread at a time. So at first it will execute thread 1, after that thread 2 and at last thread 3. This is another diagram. T1 stands for thread 1, T2 stands for thread 2 and T3 stands for thread 3. Whenever we execute T1, Python interpreter will apply global lock on T2 and T3. So I am representing T2 and T3 with dash line. Similarly, whenever it executes T2, Python interpreter will apply global lock on T1 and T3. So I am representing T1 and T3 with dash line. And similarly, whenever it executes T3, Python interpreter will apply global lock on T1 and T2. What if there is no global interpreter lock in Python? If there is no global interpreter lock in Python, then all these three threads will be executed at a time. All these three threads will occupy same memory. In a scenario where you have multiple threads, what can happen is that both the threads might try to acquire the memory at the same time. If you have multiple threads, all these threads will occupy memory at the same time. As a result of which they would overwrite the data in the memory. So it will overwrite the data in the memory. Hence there is need to have a mechanism to prevent this phenomenon. That is nothing but we need global interpreter lock in order to prevent this. Guys, this is known as serial execution. And if we execute all these threads at a time, we call it as parallel execution. So global interpreter lock will avoid parallel execution and it will strictly follow serial execution. These are uses of global interpreter lock. Global interpreter lock limits the threading operations and parallel execution is restricted. Global interpreter lock will execute threads serially, not parallelly. The GIL ensures that only one thread runs in the interpreter at once. Global interpreter lock will execute only one thread at a time and it is also used for memory management. These are uses of global interpreter lock. Generally, Python uses only one thread to execute set of statements. This means that in Python only one thread will be executed at a time. Normally Python uses only one thread in order to execute set of statements. The performance of single threaded process and the multi-threaded process will be same in Python. Though if you use only single thread or multiple threads, Python will execute only one thread at a time. So performance will be same for single threaded process and multi-threaded process because of global interpreter lock in Python. We cannot achieve multi-threading in Python because we have global interpreter lock, which restricts the threads and works as single thread. Multi-threading is nothing but in Python we cannot execute multiple threads at a time because Python contains global interpreter lock. Next I will explain what is inter-process communication. But before that you need to know what is meaning of process. Program which is under execution is known as process. IPC is a mechanism which allows the exchange of data between processes. Using inter-process communication, we can exchange data between multiple processes. And by using inter-process communication, we can exchange resource and data between multiple processes without any interference. This diagram of inter-process communication. By using inter-process communication mechanism, we can establish communication between multiple processes. Now I am establishing communication between process 1 and process 2 by using inter-process communication mechanism. Similarly, process 2 and process 3 and process 2 and process 4. Processes that execute concurrently in the operating system may be either independent processes or cooperative processes. Processes which execute concurrently. Concurrently is nothing but parallel execution. Processes which execute parallelly is known as independent processes or cooperative processes. I will give one example. For example, let us consider there are three processes. They are process 1, process 2 and process 3. What is serial execution? Only after executing first process, second process will be executed. And similarly, after executing second process, third process will be executed. This is known as serial execution. Serial execution is nothing but only after executing one process, other process will be executed. And whereas in parallel execution, all these three processes will be executed at a time. This process 1, process 2 and process 3. All these three processes will be executed at a time. This is known as parallel execution. And we also call this parallel execution as concurrent execution. And this parallel execution is done only if processes are independent to each other. Processes which do not depend on each other is known as independent processes. And cooperative processes mean processes which are cooperating to each other is known as cooperative process. A process is independent and it may or may not be affected by other processes executing in the system. If a process is independent, it may or may not be affected by other processes. For example, this process P1 is independent process. So this process P1 may be affected by process P2 and P3, or this process P1 may not be affected by this process P2 and P3. And what is meaning of independent process? Any process that does not share data with any other process is known as independent process. Process which does not share data between other processes is known as independent process. We call this process P1, P2 and P3 as independent process because this process P1 will not share data with P2 and P3, and similarly this process P2 will not share data between P1 and P3, and process P3 will not share data between P1 and P2. So we call this process P1, P2 and P3 as independent processes. Any process that shares the data with other process is called cooperative process. Process which shares data between other processes is known as cooperative process. Here process P1 is sharing data between P2 and P3, and similarly process P2 is sharing data between P1 and P3, and process P3 is sharing data between P1 and P2. Processes which exchange data between each other is known as cooperative processes. Independent process means process which does not share data between each other. Processes which execute concurrently, that is nothing but process which execute parallelly, can be either independent process or cooperative process. But what is the reason for process cooperation? There are four reasons for process cooperation. First one is information sharing, second one is computation speed up, third one is modularity, and fourth one is convenience. First one is information sharing. There are so many users and these users want to exchange information between each other. So in order to exchange information between each other, we need cooperative processes. By using cooperative processes can cooperate between each other in order to exchange information. And next one is computation speed up. For example, there is one big task. What we need to do is, we need to divide this big task into smaller subtasks like task 1, task 2, task 3, so on, task n, and dividing this big task into smaller subtasks. Now we need to execute all these tasks parallelly. If you execute all these tasks parallelly, then this task will complete faster. And in order to achieve this, we need process cooperation. This is second reason. And third reason is modularity. A system can be constructed in a modular fashion, dividing the system functions into separate processes or threads. Modular fashion is nothing but, for example, there are functions present in my system. We need to divide these functions into processes or threads. This is known as modular fashion. Fourth reason for process cooperation is convenience. For example, each and every user will work on multiple tasks at the same time. For that purpose, we need process cooperation. There are two fundamental models of inter-process communication. And that first one is shared memory and next one is message passing. Shared memory is nothing but a region of memory shared by cooperative processes in order to exchange information. And next one is message passing. Communication is established by message exchanged between cooperative processes. This is known as message passing. These are two fundamental models of inter-process communication. Next I will explain difference between lock and Rlock. There are two states of lock. First one is locked and next one is unlocked. But what is lock? Lock is nothing but it is a class in threading module. And this lock class contains two methods. They are acquire and release. The acquire method is called, it locks the execution and blocks its execution until the release method is called. Whenever we call acquire method, it will lock the execution. That is nothing but it will block execution. And if you want to unlock execution, then you need to use release method. Whenever you call acquire method, it will lock execution, and whenever you call release method, it will unlock execution. Locks helps us in efficiently accessing a shared resource in a program in order to prevent corruption of data. By using lock, we can efficiently access shared resource in a program, and it will help in preventing corruption of data. If you use lock, it will not destroy our data. It follows mutual execution, as only one thread can access a particular resource at a time. For example, there are 4 threads, T1, T2, T3 and T4. All these 4 threads want to access this shared resource at a time. Whenever all these 4 threads access the same data at a time, then there is chance for corruption of data. So it may destroy my data. In order to overcome this problem, we use lock. By using lock, only one thread can access shared resource at a time. Threading module contains both lock and Rlock. I will explain difference between lock and Rlock. A threading lock can be acquired only once, and once acquired, it cannot be acquired again by the same thread or any other threads until it has been released. For example, there are 3 threads, T1, T2 and T3. For example, this thread 1 acquired lock. Whenever this thread 1 acquired lock, then this lock cannot be acquired by T2 and T3. Only if this T1 releases this lock, then this lock can be acquired by T2 or T3. Only if this thread 1 releases this lock, then this T2 can acquire this lock. And for particular thread, we can acquire lock only once. We cannot acquire more than once. We can acquire only once. A threading lock can be acquired only once, and once acquired, it cannot be acquired again by the same thread or any other thread until it has been released. This is use of lock. Next I will explain what is use of Rlock, where R stands for reentrant. A threading Rlock can be acquired more than once by the same thread. Although once acquired by the thread, it cannot be acquired by another thread until it has been released. For example, there are 3 threads. They are T1, T2 and T3. For example, this T1 acquired lock. Rlock can be acquired more than once by the single thread. Not only once, this T1 can acquire lock more than once. For example, this thread 1 acquired lock twice. So by using acquire method, we can acquire lock. Although once acquired by a thread, it cannot be acquired by another thread until it has been released. Whereas lock can be acquired only once by the single thread, and whereas Rlock can be acquired more than once by the single thread. And once Rlock is acquired by the thread, it cannot be acquired by another thread until it has been released. I acquired lock twice, so I am releasing this lock twice. This is simple example in order to create Rlock. I am taking one variable. I am taking variable name as lock. You can take any name. I return lock equal to Rlock. Whenever I write this line of code, it will create reentrant lock. And if you want to acquire lock, then you need to write variable name dot acquire. By using acquire method, we can acquire lock. I return here lock dot acquire. And similarly, if you want to release lock, then by using release method, we can release lock. So just write your variable name, that is lock.release. This is simple example. Importantly, each time the threading or lock is acquired by the same thread, it must be released the same number of times until it is available to be acquired by different thread. I already said before, how many times you acquire lock, that many times you need to release this lock. That is nothing but how many times you call acquire method, that many times you need to call release method. Whereas lock object can be acquired only once and the or lock object can be acquired numerous number of times. A lock object can be released by any thread. An or lock object can be released by thread which acquire it. For example, this thread T1 acquired lock. So this lock can be released by either T1 or else any other thread can also release this lock. For example, this T2 can also release this lock. For example, this thread T1 acquired or lock. Whenever this thread T1 acquired or lock, only this thread T1 should release this lock. This is difference between lock and or lock. A lock object can be owned by none. An or lock object can be owned by many threads. Execution of lock is faster, and whereas execution of or lock is slower when compared to lock. These are differences between lock and or lock. Next I will explain what is multithreading. Multithreading is a threading technique in Python programming to run multiple threads concurrently by repeatedly switching between threads with a CPU help. For example, this is Python program. Now I am executing this program. So program which is being executed is known as process. In this Python program, total there are 3 functions. This function is handled by thread 1 and this function is handled by thread 2 and this function is handled by thread 3. In Python by default only one thread will be executed at a time. That is nothing but at first it will execute thread 1, after that it will execute thread 2, last it will execute thread 3. Only after executing one thread, other thread will be executed. This process is known as serial execution. In Python, you can execute multiple threads concurrently. That is nothing but in Python, you can execute multiple threads at a time by using multithreading. Normally, if you consider serial execution, in serial execution, only after executing first thread, second thread will be executed. So, time taken to execute first thread is 1 second. And similarly, time taken to execute second thread is 1 second and time taken to execute third thread is 1 second. So total it will take 3 seconds of time in order to execute this code. But whereas if you consider concurrent execution is nothing but parallel execution. I want to execute all these 3 threads parallelly. So whenever you execute all these 3 threads parallelly, time taken is only 1 second. Within 1 second of time, it will execute all these 3 threads at a time. And you can execute all these 3 threads at a time by using multithreading. Multithreading is a threading technique in Python programming to run multiple threads concurrently by repeatedly switching between threads with a CPU help. Multithreading is nothing but it is threading technique in order to execute multiple threads concurrently. We also call this concurrent execution as parallel execution. That is nothing but executing multiple threads at a time. And in order to execute multiple threads at a time, we take CPU help. Multithreading aims to perform multiple tasks simultaneously, which increases performance and speed. By using multithreading, we can execute multiple tasks at a time, which will increase performance and speed. Already explained this example. Normally, if you execute this program serially, time taken to execute is 3 seconds. And if you execute this program parallelly, time taken to execute this program is 1 second. It is very useful technique for time saving and improving the performance of an application. Multithreading allows the programmer to divide application tasks into subtasks and simultaneously run them in a program. For example, there is big task. By using multithreading, we can divide this big task into smaller subtasks like T1, T2, T3 and so on, and simultaneously run them in a program. Now we can execute all this by using multithreading. All these 3 threads can communicate between each other. That is nothing but they can share resources and they can share files and so on. It increases the user's responsiveness to continue running a program even if a part of application is blocked. Even if any part of application is blocked, program will run. Normally Python contains global interpreter lock. Because of global interpreter lock, all threads will be executed serially. But I don't want to execute threads serially. I want to execute all threads parallelly. If you want to execute all threads concurrently, that is nothing but if you want to execute all threads at a time in Python, you can use two modules. One is thread module and next one is threading module. In Python, multi-threading can be achieved by using two modules. One is thread module and next one is threading module. At first I will explain thread module in Python. A thread is an entity within a process that can be scheduled for execution. Entity is nothing but it is an individual thing. Thread is individual within a process that can be scheduled for execution. For example, this is Python program. Now I am executing this program. So program which is being executed is known as process. Inside process there can be single thread or multiple number of threads. In this program total there are three functions. This function is executed by thread 1, this function is executed by thread 2 and similarly this function is executed by thread 3. So this thread is individual thing within a process that can be scheduled for execution. Also it is the smallest unit of processing that can be performed in an operating system. That is nothing but we execute threads within an operating system. In simple words, a thread is a sequence of instructions within a program that can be executed independently of other codes. In thread module, one thread will not depend on other threads. So it will execute this block of instructions independently. Whereas in Python version 2, if you want to import thread module, you need to write import thread. And whereas in Python version 3, if you want to import thread module, you need to write import keyword and underscore thread. This is syntax of underscore thread module. At first you need to write module name, that is underscore thread dot start new thread. By using start new thread method, we can execute function. So inside bracket, take function name comma, you can pass multiple number of arguments. So inside brackets, write arguments. This is syntax of underscore thread module. I'll give one example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this underscore thread module. Normally we will execute program like this. I want to execute two functions. One function name is name and another function name is country. As we know, we will create function by using keyword that is def define. So at first I written def define and I written here name which is function name. Inside brackets I written n where n is parameter. So take n and give colon. Now inside this name function I am writing one statement like print my name is where my name is string, so take quotations comma n. And similarly I took another function, that function name is country and inside country I written parameter that is m and give colon. Now inside this country function I written one statement like print inside quotations I written my country is comma m. Now I will pass this n value and m value after calling function. I want to execute these two functions. So just write here function name that is name. Here you need to give value of n and we call this value as argument. I want to give argument that is Nagendra where Nagendra is string. So take quotations. Whenever you write here name Nagendra in quotations, now this name Nagendra is passed to parameter n and similarly inside country function I written India. So this country India is passed to parameter m. Now this n contains Nagendra. Whenever I write here print my name is n value is Nagendra. So I will get output my name is Nagendra. Inside country I written argument that is India. So this India is stored in parameter m. Now m contains India. So whenever I write here print my country is comma m value is India. So I will get output my country is India. And because of global interpreter lock in Python, only after executing first function, second function will be executed. So whenever I call here two functions that is name and country, at first it will execute name function and after executing name function it will execute country function. For example, time taken to execute this function is 1 second and similarly after executing name function it will execute country function and time taken to execute this country function is 1 second. So total time taken is 2 seconds. In order to execute this complete program, time taken is 2 seconds. But I don't want to execute this program serially. I want to execute this program parallelly. That is nothing but at a time, within 1 second, I want to execute these two functions. Yes, you can execute these two functions at a time by using underscore thread module. Within 1 second, it will execute these two functions. It will execute program concurrently, not serially. I will write same program by using underscore thread module. In order to import thread module, at first you need to write underscore thread. By using import keyword, you can import any module. I want to import thread module. So just write here import underscore thread. I want to identify time taken to execute two functions. So you need to import time module. So just write here import time. I am taking time module because I want to identify time taken to execute two functions. So I took here import time. And next I am creating one function. As we know, we will create function by using keyword that is def define. And I am giving function name as name. So write here name and take brackets. Here I will give n value. For example, I can give name like Nagendra, Sai, so on, and whatever the name that I give, it will be stored in parameter n. So I written here parameter n, give colon. Inside this name function, I am writing statement like print my name is colon, where my name is string. So take quotations, comma, n. But before this, I am writing here time dot sleep of 0.5. That is nothing but whenever I execute this program, it will not display output directly. After 0.5 seconds gap, it will display this output. So I written here time dot sleep of 0.5. And similarly, I took another function. By using keyword def define, you can create function. I am creating function. That function name is country. Inside country function, I am passing one parameter, that is m. For example, if I give country name India, it will be stored in parameter m. And take colon. Now inside this again I am writing time dot sleep of 0.5. Because I want to execute this code after 0.5 seconds gap. Next write here print. Inside print function, I am writing statement like my country is give colon, where my country is string. So take quotations, comma, here give parameter that is m. Now I want to execute these two functions, that is name and country. But before that, write here r equal to, you can take any variable name. I took here r equal to time, which is module name dot time method. By using this time method, you can store time. For example, at present time is 10 AM. Whenever you write here time dot time, it will store time. For example, now time is 10 AM. So this 10 is stored in variable r. Now I want to execute these two functions by using underscore thread module. So just write here module name, that is underscore thread dot start new thread. I already said this syntax. In order to execute these two functions, at first you need to write module name, that is underscore thread dot start new thread, where start new thread is method. By using this method, you can execute function. So take bracket. I want to execute this function. This function name is name. So just write here name, comma. Now I want to give value here. For example, I want to give this n value as Nagendra. So you need to write Nagendra here. So take brackets. Inside bracket, you need to write Nagendra, where Nagendra is string. So take quotations, close, and close this bracket. Guys, definitely after passing parameter, you need to give comma here. Bracket close. If you don't give here comma, it will display error. So definitely after writing Nagendra, give comma and close this argument. And similarly close this method. So close this start new thread method. And similarly, I want to execute country function. So just write here same underscore thread dot start underscore new underscore thread, take bracket. Here function name is country, comma. I want to give m value as India. I want to get output like my country is India. So I am giving m value as India. So in quotations write India. After writing India, close quotations and definitely give comma and close this argument and close this start new thread method. So again close this method. Whenever I run these two lines of code, after 0.5 seconds gap, I will get output my name is Nagendra, and similarly again after 0.5 seconds gap I will get output my country is India because I am using here time.sleep 0.5. Similarly at last I want to print time taken to execute these two functions. So just write here print, I want to get output like time taken to execute two functions, quotations close, comma. For example, here I written r equal to time.time. For example, before executing these two functions, time is 10 am and this 10 am is stored in variable r. And at last I written here time taken to execute two functions, comma, time.time minus r, where this time.time will store present time. After executing these two functions, for example, time taken is 10.1 second. Now this time.time will store present time, that is 10.01 second. Actually time.time will store present time. So before execution time is 10 am and after execution time is 10.1 second. So just write here time.time minus r, that is r is nothing but r contains time, that is 10. 10.1 second minus 10, output is 1 second. So time taken to execute these two functions is 1 second. For example, whenever I execute this program, after 0.5 seconds gap, I will get output. My name is Nagendra Sai, and similarly, after 0.5 seconds gap, I will get output, that is my country is India. At last it will print time. For example, this is my time taken to execute two functions. If you execute this program normally, only after executing first function, second function will be executed. For example, first function will take time 1 second and similarly second function will take time 1 second in order to execute. So total time taken is 2 seconds. Whereas if you execute the same program by using thread module, it will take only 1 second of time in order to execute these two functions, because thread module will execute functions concurrently, that is nothing but whenever you write here underscore thread start new thread name Nagendra and country India, it will execute these two functions at a time. Within 1 second, it will execute this name function and country function. So time taken is only 1 second. In order to save time, we can use thread module. By using thread module, we can execute functions concurrently within the program. Next, I will explain threading module in Python. If you want to execute multiple threads at a time, then you can use either thread module or threading module. By using this threading module, you can execute multiple threads at a time. That is nothing but concurrent execution. When compared to thread module, threading module is more powerful and it will provide high level support for threads. To use multithreading is nothing but executing multiple threads at a time. In order to execute multiple threads at a time in Python, you need to import threading module. Just by using import keyword, you can import this module and you can use. I will explain threading module with an example. So I want to import threading module. So just write here import threading. Next write here import time. I am importing time module because I want to identify time taken to execute two functions. So just I written here import time. Guys, I am writing program in order to find square and cube of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at first I want to find square. So I am taking function by using def, that is define. You can create function. I am creating function, that function name is square. So define square. Inside square function I am writing value n, where n will store numbers from 1 to 5. So I took here parameter n. Now inside this I am writing some statement like print square of a number is quotations close, where the square of a number is string, so take quotations and close bracket. And similarly I am taking another function in order to find cube. So just write here define, that is def define. I want to find cube, so I am taking function name as cube, and here also you need to give parameter, that is n. N will store numbers from 1 to 5. Whenever we give numbers, these numbers are stored in parameter n. Again inside this I am writing statement like print cube of a number is quotations close and close bracket. Next I am writing here r equal to time.time. By using time.time we can store present time. For example, before execution time is 11. So this 11 is stored in variable r. I want to find square of number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am taking list. So I took here variable name as L equal to, inside list I am passing 5 values. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I want to find square and cube of 5 numbers. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next, inside this square function, I am writing code in order to find square. So just take here for loop. Just after writing print statement, write for I in n. So whatever the values that are present inside L, all these values are passed to this parameter n. And whenever I write here for I in n, whatever the values that are present in parameter n, all these values are stored in variable I. Now this variable I contains a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't want to execute program directly. After 0.2 seconds gap, I want to execute each line. So just I written here time.sleep of 0.2. Now I am writing statement in order to find square. So just write here print, inside print write square is colon quotation close comma. How can we find square? My list is present in variable I. So just write here I into I star I. Here you need to use asterisk symbol. This is nothing but I into I in order to find square. Now I contains list of 5 numbers. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at first it will take value 1. So 1 into 1, that is 1. And similarly next it will take 2, that is 2 into 2, 4. And similarly it will take 3, 4, 5. Similarly I am writing code in order to print cube. So again take for loop. For I in n, L contains list of 5 numbers. So all this data is passed to this parameter n. Now n contains list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whenever I write here for I in n, whatever the values that are present in parameter n, all these values are stored in variable I. Now I contains list of numbers 1 to 5. I don't want to execute complete program directly. I want to execute each line after 0.2 seconds gap. So just I am writing here time.sleep. By using time.sleep, you can delay execution. I want to delay execution up to 0.2 seconds. So just write here 0.2 inside for loop. Guys, definitely follow your indentation. And similarly, I am writing inside for loop. So again, inside for loop, you need to give indentation. Now I am writing statement in order to print cube. So just write here. So follow indentation. Print cube is quotations close comma. How can we find cube? Here for square, I am using I into I. Similarly for cube, I into I into I. I into I into I. So close bracket. Now I want to execute these two functions at a time. So just write here t1 equal to, where t1 stands for thread 1. You can take any variable name. I am taking here variable name as t1. t1 equal to module name, that is threading dot thread. Just write here threading dot thread. Guys, definitely for thread method, T is capital. So just take T as capital letter. Now inside this thread class, you need to write target is equal to, target is nothing but function name. My function name is square. So just write here square, comma, and next write here arguments. So just write here args equal to, my inputs are present in variable L, take brackets. So just write here L. So take brackets and write L. Guys, definitely take here comma or else it will display error. And next close these arguments. And next close this thread class. I am executing this square function. And similarly, in order to execute cube function, same, just write here t2 equal to, I am taking variable name as t2. t2 equal to threading, where this threading is module name, threading dot thread. Where for thread, T is capital letter. Inside thread class, write target. Here by using this thread, I am executing square, and similarly by using this thread, I am executing cube. So cube function. So just write here cube, comma, arguments equal to, my inputs are present in variable L. So just write here L comma and close this arguments. I am executing the square function and cube function by using threading module. In order to start execution, just write here t1 dot start, and next in order to execute this t2, just write here t2 dot start, and next write here t1 dot join, and next write here t2 dot join, where this join method is used to wait thread until it terminates. And at last I want to print time taken to execute two functions. So inside print write time taken to execute two functions in quotations, comma, time dot time, where time dot time will store present time. So time dot time minus r. R is nothing but time before execution, and this time dot time is time after execution. For example, before execution time is 11. After executing these two functions by using threading module, time is 11.1 second. Before execution time is 11 and after execution time is 11.1 second. So whenever you write here time dot time minus r, time taken is 11.1 second minus 11. So time taken is 1 second. Time taken to execute two functions by using threading module is 1 second. Guys, whenever you execute this complete program, you will get output. At first it will display square of a number is, and next it will display cube of a number is. At a time it will execute these two functions. So at first it will print square of a number is, which is present in square function, and next it will print cube of a number is. Next it will print 1 square, that is 1, and next 1 cube, that is 1, and similarly 2 square, that is 4, and next 2 cube, that is 8, and next it will print 3 square, that is 9, and next 3 cube, that is 27, and similarly next it will print 4 square, that is 16, and 4 cube, that is 64, and next it will print 5 square, that is 25, and 5 cube, that is 125. This is my output. Guys, inside for loop I written here time dot sleep of 0.2. That is nothing but at first it will execute square of a number is. After 0.2 seconds gap it will display cube of a number is. So for each line of execution it will take 0.2 seconds gap, and at last it will print time taken to execute two functions is, like it will print 0.0012 so on. This is time taken in order to execute two functions. If you want to execute multiple threads concurrently, that is nothing but if you want to execute these two functions at a time, then you can use threading module or thread module. By using threading module and thread module, you can execute threads concurrently. That is nothing but at a time you can execute multiple threads. This is concept of multi-threading. Where this threading module contains some additional methods. They are active count method, current thread method, and enumerate method. Where this threading dot active count method will return number of thread objects that are active, and similarly threading dot current thread method will return number of thread objects that are in caller thread control. Where this threading dot enumerate method will return list of all thread objects that are currently active. And this threading module contains thread class. This thread class contains following methods. They are run method, start method, join method, isElev method, getName method, and setName method. Where this run method is entry point for a thread. By using start method, we can start thread, and whenever you want to start any thread, you need to call run method. Join method waits for threads to terminate. For example, there are two threads. They are T1 and T2. Only after termination of first thread, it will execute another thread, and this can be achieved by using join method, because join method waits for threads to terminate. And similarly next one is isElev method. The isElev method checks whether a thread is still executing. isElev method will check whether thread is still executing or not. And next one is getName method. GetName method is used to return name of a thread, and whereas setName method is used to set name of a thread. These are various methods in thread class. These are some of the objects in threading module. First one is thread. This is definition of thread. Object that represents a single thread of execution. And next one is lock. Lock is nothing but primitive lock object. And Rlock is nothing but reentrant lock object, where R stands for reentrant lock. And next one is condition. Condition variable object causes one thread to wait until certain condition has been satisfied by another thread. That is nothing but one thread need to wait until condition is satisfied, and this condition is given by another thread. And next one is event. For example, I clicked on enter button. This is event. Event is nothing but all threads need to wait for some event. Until that particular event happens, all threads must be in waiting state. Next one is bounded semaphores. By using semaphores, we can execute multiple tasks. and this bounded semaphores is similar to semaphores, but it ensures that it never exceeds its initial value. And next one is timer. Timer is also similar to thread, but before execution it need to wait some time. Next I will explain what is subprocess module. This subprocess module in Python is a built-in module, that is nothing but this module is already present in Python. There is no need of separately installing it. Just by using import keyword you can import this module and you can use. And this module allows you to span new processes. That is nothing but we can execute new processes by using this module, and we can connect to their input output error pipes, and as well as we can return their code. This subprocess module provides a way to run external programs within Python script and communicate with them. Meaning of this is, by using subprocess module we can execute external programs within Python. For example, if you consider C program, we can run C program in Python itself. Here are some of the key features of subprocess module, and that first one is process spanning. Process spanning is nothing but dividing parent process into child process and executing them is known as process spanning. This subprocess module provides a run function that can be used to span new processes. In subprocess module, by using run function we can span new processes. The function takes a command and its arguments as input and returns a complete process object. This run function will take command and as well as arguments as input, and it will return complete process object. Next feature is input, output and error redirection. By using subprocess module, we can connect to standard input, standard output and standard error streams of spanned process. And you can redirect the standard input, standard output and standard error to files or pipes, or you can also capture them in your Python script. Next feature is communication. By using subprocess module, you can communicate with spanned process by sending data to standard input or reading data from standard output or standard error streams. And fourth feature is process control. The subprocess module provides functions. By using these functions, you can complete execution of spanned process, or to terminate it, or to send signals to it. Using the subprocess module, you can run external programs and integrate them to your Python script. I already said before, by using subprocess module, we can run different programs like C program, Java program in Python itself. This is useful when you need to perform tasks that are not easily done in Python. For example, some programs are very hard in Python. So by using the subprocess module, you can run that hard program in different programming languages and integrate them to your Python script. The subprocess module is present in both Python version 2 and version 3. In order to execute different programs using Python, subprocess module supports two functions. One function is check call function and next function is check output function. This is syntax. At first you need to write module name, that is subprocess.checkCall, where this check underscore call is function. Now inside this function you can pass arguments, standard inputs, outputs and standard errors. And at last you need to write here shell equal to true or false. So first parameter is arguments. Whatever the commands that we want to execute, we call them as arguments. And we can execute several number of commands. And we need to separate each command with semicolon. And next one is standard input. We can pass standard input values by using os.pipe method. And next one is standard output. We can get output values by using standard output stream. And next one is standard error. You can obtain error values by using standard error stream. And last one is shell. Shell is nothing but whether we are executing this program in Python shell or not. For example, if you are executing this program in Python shell, then give here true. Else you can give here false. Check call function contains total 5 parameters. They are arguments, standard input, standard output, standard error and shell. By default, if there are no values, then just you can give here none. Guys, this is simple C program. Now we will execute the C program in Python shell by using subprocess module. This is C program. At first you need to write hash include stdio.h. Next I return int main. Inside int main I am printing one statement. So at first I return printf and inside printf I return hello, my name is Nagendra, this is C program. where this is string, so take quotations. And at last use semicolon. Here I am using int main, so definitely write here return 0. This is simple C program. Now open Python shell. Now inside Python, in order to execute this code, you need to import two modules. One is subprocess module and next one is OS module. So I written here import subprocess and next I written here import OS. Next I am taking one function. You can take any name to your function. So at first I written def and I am giving function name as execute. Take brackets and give colon. And next take one variable. You can take any variable. I am taking variable name as s. S equal to subprocess dot check call. Here I am using check call function. Now I want to execute this C program. The C program name is file.c, and in Python, in order to execute C program, you need to write gcc file.c -o out1. Write all this in quotations. This code is nothing but we are executing this file.c, comma, shell equal to true. Shell equal to true is nothing but we are executing this program in Python shell. So I given here shell equal to true. And next I written here if underscore underscore file underscore underscore equal to main and give colon. This is if condition. File equal to main is nothing but it will check whether we are executing this program in Python shell or not. Only if we execute this code in Python shell, we will get output. I want to execute this code. This code is present in function execute. And in order to execute this code, you need to give here function name. My function name is execute. So just write here execute. Whenever you run this code, you will get output. It will execute file.c. File.c contains hello, my name is Nagendra Sai, comma, this is C program. So I will get output hello, my name is Nagendra Sai, comma, this is C program. This is how we execute C program inside Python by using subprocess module. Guys, there are two functions. One is check call function and next one is check output function. Whatever the parameters that this check call function contains, check output function also contains same parameters. Although subprocess module does not depend on operating system, it will work only on Linux. So we must execute subprocess module only in Linux. Next I will explain multiprocessing module. The multiprocessing module in Python is a built-in module. That is nothing but this module is already present in Python. Just by using import keyword, you can import this module and you can use. This module provides a way to write parallel and concurrent code in Python. By using this multiprocessing module, you can execute code both parallelly and as well as concurrently. For example, there are two functions. One function name is fun and next function name is fun2. You can execute this code parallelly, that is nothing but you can execute these two functions at a time. Or you can also execute this code concurrently. Concurrently is nothing but only after executing first function, second function will be executed. So you can execute this code both parallelly and concurrently by using multiprocessing module. This multiprocessing module allows you to span multiple processes, each of which can run in parallel and communicate between them. That is nothing but by using multiprocessing module you can span multiple processes. That is nothing but you can divide parent process into multiple child processes and you can execute them parallelly. For example, there are two parent processes. One is P1 and next one is P2. Now you can divide this parent process into multiple child processes. I can divide this big process into multiple child processes like P11, P12, P13 and so on. And similarly, I can divide this parent process P2 into multiple child processes like P21, P22 and so on. And we can execute all this parallelly. That is nothing but we can execute all this process at a time. And these processes can communicate between each other. The multiprocessing module offers a similar interface to the threading module, but instead of creating threads, it creates processes. This multiprocessing module is same as threading module, but difference is that threading module will create threads, but whereas multiprocessing module will create processes. Each process has its own memory space. Each process contains its own memory, which means that it cannot access the memory of other process directly. For example, these are different processes. Now each process contains separate memory and this process can access only its memory. It cannot access other process memory. These are some of the features of multiprocessing module. First one is process spanning. I already said what is process spanning. This multiprocessing module provides process class. By using this process class, we can span new processes. Spanning new processes is nothing but we are dividing parent process into child process and then we are executing all these child processes at a time. Each process can run independently of the others. One process will not depend on other processes. Multiprocessing module follows parallel execution, that is nothing but one process will not depend on other process. And next feature is shared memory. Multiprocessing module provides a way to share memory between processes using object like value and array. And this multiprocessing module can also share memory between different processes, and it can be achieved by using value and array. And next feature is communication. One process can communicate with other process by using pipes, queues and other inter-process communication mechanisms. And last feature is synchronization. This module provides locks, semaphores and other synchronization mechanisms in order to access shared resource. Whenever process P1 and P2 access this resource at a time, then there is chance for damage of resource. So in order to overcome this problem, we need synchronization. This multiprocessing module will take advantage of multi-core CPUs so that it will execute Python code very fast. Mainly we use this multiprocessing module in parallel execution such as image processing, machine learning and scientific simulation.